my Sunny Bays. Welcome back. I'm so glad you could make it. Oh no, my mic probably wasn't working. Hello, my Sunny Bays. Welcome back. I'm so glad you could make it. First things first, it is hump day and Charlie made us some delicious cocktails. I haven't tried it yet, so we'll judge it together. It looks absolutely gorgeous though. Oh my gosh. He makes some of the best homemade cocktails in my opinion. Sometimes I'm like, dang, we don't even need to go to a bar.
Wow, that's so generous.
He said, wow, that's so generous. No, but I'm being serious. I feel like his cocktails always come out pretty good, you know? Like I would pay money for this. I mean, I don't have to, which is great. But look how pretty it is. He even put like fancy ice. And then there's a slice of orange in there for aesthetics. Okay, well, cheers. Let's try it. Strong, but it's really good. No, but it tastes super fresh. I mean, but let's be real. I think every cocktail tastes kind of alcohol forward. I think this is this gin or tequila? Gin, yeah. Why did I say tequila? I feel like I have been drinking a lot of margaritas lately because I want to train my palate to like margaritas. So my brain just like automatically thought it might have been tequila, but it's gin. It's very distinctly gin. Anywho, welcome back to another video. I am so excited for today's vlog because it's going to be all things bookish. I've been trying to do some bookish content here and there on my channel because I'm in the reading era, you guys. I do have an update as well, which is groundbreaking news, you guys. I have to bring my Kindle over here. Also, my Kindle case is so cute. It's by Page. I decided to switch it up again. I swear, I change my Kindle case like every other week. It's because I have so many of them and I love changing up the look. But this was especially a special moment because I finished Throne of Glass. Finally. I feel like that series has been a part of my life for forever. I can't remember ever not reading Throne of Glass because I swear I've been reading it for like 4 months now. Yeah, that's correct because I started at the end of December of last year. Now it's the end of April, so it's been exactly 4 months. Finally done, you guys. I finished it earlier today and let me tell you, I can't. My mental health is unwell. What a journey. I don't think I mean, to be fair, I haven't read a lot of books yet in my adulthood, but one of the best series by far. I mean, that's not saying much because I really haven't read that many series, but so good. I honestly, between ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, I know it's very typical for people to say Throne of Glass is their like ride or die. It's the best one. But in my opinion, I don't know. I have such a special place in my heart for ACOTAR, so I can't choose. It's like choosing a favorite child, you know? Obviously, 5 stars all around, but yeah, I just thought I would share that news with you guys because it is a very monumental moment for me. 8 books done, like over 6,000 pages long. Cheers to that. If you told Amy 3 years ago from now that she would be reading that many books or just reading in general, she probably would have laughed at you. But here we are. We're growing. We're sitting on my dining table right now. This is basically the location that I actually do my work. So here's like my stuff, as you can see. It's on the side closest to our living room near the couch, but I'm gonna actually take us over to the other end of the dining table. Let me show you so you can kind of get a gist of where we are. Yeah, so we're gonna move over to that end because that's where I like to sit to do my journaling. I don't know why, but I like to switch up my location here and there, you know, even if it's just a different seat at the other end of the table, it's a switch up for me. I just kind of like doing that. Let's go sit over there and I'm gonna start journaling, do my reading recap, and then we can talk all the books that I read in April. I actually read 5 books in April, which is crazy to me. I really didn't think that was gonna happen because, like I said, Kingdom of Ash, which is the last book of Throne of Glass, it's almost 1,000 pages, so I really didn't think that I would read that many books this month. Miracles do happen, I guess. So we're gonna go through all of those books that I read. We'll also pick our May reads with our TBR cards like we did in our last Bookish edit vlog. I wanna keep on doing that because it's just really fun and it gives us kind of a plan on what to read in the next month. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping. Let's go over there. What a sleepy boy. He just sleeps 24/7. Let's actually sit here with Romper next to my couch because it's just very comfy and cozy. I thought this would be better to do my April wrap up, and then we can do the May TBR upstairs where my physical bookshelf is, so that we can look at the books if we want to choose books from there. I have my drink with me. Let's begin. So I read 5 books in April, like I said earlier, which is wild. Although I think a couple of these books were relatively short. I mean, in comparison to Throne of Glass, anything is short. It's funny because the first book that I read in April, I finished on April 1st because I read this in 2 days, and it's The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I hope I'm saying that right. I really, really enjoyed this book, obviously. I mean, I read it in 2 days, but I am a huge fan of thrillers and suspense when it comes to books and just movies, just media in general. I love a good horror, scary movie. I thought this was so good. I know a lot of people don't like the twist at the end, but I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't see it coming. Maybe I just am here for the ride, but I didn't guess it at all. And I know people don't like the twist for some reason. But honestly, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, whoa, the twist literally came out of nowhere. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. I definitely thought it was worth the hype, but I can understand why certain people didn't like it, because if they read a lot of mystery thriller books in the past, it could be a little bit predictable, even though I didn't predict it at all. I could see how some people could. Regardless, I gave it 5 stars. I ate it up. I finished it in 2 days, literally in 2 sittings. It was a ride, and I was all for it. The next book that I read was Crying in H Mart, which was actually a book that we chose for our April TBR in our last Bookish edit video, and I did finish it. I didn't DNF it, which it did cross my mind, you guys, and it really hurt me because I thought this book was going to be so good. And to be fair, I don't give memoirs enough credit because I just am not a huge fan of memoirs or nonfiction in general. I like to escape reality, you know what I'm saying? So I do prefer other genres. Take that into consideration when you judge my opinion about this book, but I just honestly, the writing style wasn't for me. I thought the story was really good and heartfelt. It was very emotional, and I feel so much for the character who went through, not the character, I mean literally the author who went through these traumatic events with her mom, her family in general. But for me, it just missed the mark for some reason. I think I had way too high of expectations, and like I said, memoirs, nonfiction in general, even historical fiction, not really my thing. Maybe that is why, but last year I read a memoir that was so good. It was called I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy? Sorry. I'm really horrible at remembering names. But that one was hands down one of my favorite memoirs. Or I haven't read that many memoirs, you guys, okay? But it was so good. I really thoroughly enjoyed that one. So I don't know. This one just wasn't my style in terms of writing, and I thought it just got kind of repetitive for me. Anyway, this is not me judging her life story at all. That's why I don't give star ratings to memoirs. But it was fine. I would recommend it if you resonate with this type of story and her background. Although I didn't enjoy it 100%, my friend Courtney and my husband Charlie both read it and they really liked it. So I would try it out if you're interested in this book. The next book I read, I needed something real quick, and I wanted to try out Frederick Bachman, the author, because everyone talks about Beartown, and I just wanted something super quick, like a palate cleanser, but I wanted to try his writing. So I read The Deal of a Lifetime, which is a very teensy tiny book. I think it's very short. How many pages is this? Let me check, actually. 96 pages, literally under 100 pages. So it was super quick. I read it in one night. I think I read it in literally 2 hours or something. I really liked his writing. It's very straightforward and simplistic, but in a very beautiful, artsy kind of ways. Like his prose is really good. Super easy to understand, but he has analogies, and the way that he expresses things, it's just so emotional and impactful. I really, really loved his writing style. This gets me really excited for his other works like Beartown, People with Anxiety or something, Anxious People. That one's really high up on my TBR as well. I gave The Deal of a Lifetime 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. It's super quick and easy to read, a great palate cleanser, and it actually does make you kind of think, so which was nice. And then this was one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and it's Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This is the last book of the Powerless series, and I love this fantasy series. Romantasy. It's very romantasy core. I know there's a lot of discourse about this book and, you know, the storyline being very similar to Hunger Games and other trial-based fantasy worlds, and I do understand that, but for me, it's not that deep. I just read it for what it is. I'm also not a harsh book rater either because I haven't read that many books. Like, I'm sure if I read The Hunger Games before, which I haven't, and a ton of other fantasy series, I might be looking at this a little bit differently. But for me, as kind of a newer reader, this was chef's kiss. Oh my gosh. A 5-star series for me. I love it so, so much. I love these characters. The ending was so well crafted. Everything kind of made sense to me. I especially love the magic system in this world too. Like, everything just makes sense. I don't know what it is. The writing style works with my brain really well. I wish it had a little bit more spice, but I understand why it doesn't because it's considered YA. Regardless, so good. This is a 5-star series for me, but this particular book, I did give it a 4.25. There was a gap of time between the last book and the book previous to it. I had kind of had a lull, like, because we were waiting for the last book. I think if I read it continuously back to back, I would have given this book 5 stars. One thing I will note is that I did think the plot at the beginning was a little bit repetitive, but after like the 30%, I was hooked and I could never look back. It was so good. Last but not least, as you guys already know, it's Kingdom of Ash, of course, by Sarah J. Maas. And I finished the Throne of Glass series officially, and it feels, I don't know, like kind of surreal. Like I said, I spent 4 months with these characters like every single day, and it just feels a little bit weird. And mentally, I don't know how I am. I might be unwell. I'm not sure. This series was truly so special because it made me feel all the ranges of my emotions. It also made me really think, and the character development is just wild. The relationships and the found family, it's just everything was perfection about these books. I will say, looking back, I think I should have read Assassin's Blade third, like half of the world does. I think the other half of the world reads it first, which is what I did. And I kind of regret that decision now that I've read all of the books and looking back at it. You know, hindsight 2020, I feel like it would have just made more sense plot-wise and hierarchy of like importance and the character proximity and association. I think Assassin's Blade should be read third. That said, reading it first didn't ruin it for me by any means. Of course, I still love the series so much. But if I could do a do-over, I would read it third. Do what you will with that information, but that's what I would recommend if you haven't read the series yet. I'm sure this goes without saying, but 5 stars. Absolutely, without a doubt, 5 stars. This series is a 5-star series. I will forever think about these books and these characters, and I might reread it again someday, hoping that I forgot everything by the time that I read it again. Hello? So sleepy. Now, let's go upstairs to my bookshelf so that we can do our May TBR with our TBR cards. This is my favorite part, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's funny because I feel like I should have a book hangover right now because of Throne of Glass, but I'm like even more excited to read more books now. I feel like everyone goes through this like massive hangover afterwards, but I feel good. I'm like, okay, give me the next one. I want more. I want more. I feel like naturally I should be thinking about starting another series eventually. Like, I definitely need a couple of palette cleansers before I do that, but I am thinking like, should I go into Crescent City? But I kind of don't want to. I want to save that for later. Maybe for like the fall time this year or something. I don't know. There's just so many books that I want to read. And I've been with Sarah J. Maas's writing for so long now. I just need to switch it up a little bit. We'll see what the TBR cards have in store for us, you know? Okay, let's go upstairs. Alrighty, we are now in my office and behind me is my bookshelf. So these are all of the books in my physical TBR. And then of course my Kindle TBR I have on my phone. I track all of my books on Fable, so it tells me exactly which books I have on my Kindle versus my physical TBR. I made a list for literally everything. So here we go. Let's go ahead and pick out our TBR cards. I keep them right here. You guys would have seen these cards before if you saw my Bookish vlog last time, but I love these cards. They're so cute. I got them on Etsy and they're just like the most aesthetic things ever. I love the gold foil too. All right, let's go ahead and pick out a prompt from these cards and then we'll see what we have to work with. Okay, I'm just gonna briefly mix them. Oh, I'm gonna just pick the one like in the middle. You guys will see it first. Okay, let's see what it says. Ria, are you kidding me? I feel like, why do I feel like I got something like this last time? Read a genre you don't usually read from, which is anything nonfiction, anything historical fiction, memoirs, stuff like that. I don't usually like to read. Okay, we can work with it. It's fine. I forgot to mention that I'm gonna do 3 prompts because I typically read about 2 to 3 books every month. April was definitely an exception, not the standard. I'm gonna actually look through my Kindle TBR first to see if there's any historical fiction that I have had my eye on, but I haven't picked up because it's not really my genre. I will say I have never read a historical fantasy before, and The Poppy War sounds so interesting to me. It's by R.F. Kuang. But the thing is, I don't want to start another like crazy intense series right now, especially in the fantasy world because I just got out of Throne of Glass. So probably gonna skip that one. I have a question. Does cowboy romance count if I've never read a cowboy romance before? Like obviously I've read a general romance before, but cowboy specifically, I know that's like a very specific thing that people are into. Does it count for this prompt? Because it's not a genre that I've ever read before. I feel like that's a little bit cheating. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna look at my physical TBR really quick. I'm just really trying to avoid getting into a reading slump because of the fact that I came out of such an intense series of books. I don't want to read something that I don't feel like reading and then get myself into that situation. So I do need to pick a book that I will most likely like, or that I've been highly anticipating, but that's just not a typical genre that I pick from, which is kind of hard. Oh, you know, I could pick The Song of Achilles because that is kind of like historical fiction. Yeah, it's considered fantasy, historical. It's considered a lot of things, but I think it probably falls under historical fiction, mythology, Greek mythology. I might actually go with The Song of Achilles, because that is something that I am actually looking forward to reading. Probably wouldn't have read it in May if it were to be my choice, but at least it's something that I am excited to read, and hopefully it won't get me into a reading slump. I don't think it will because it has really high ratings and I've heard nothing but good things about it. So, okay, so that's what we're choosing for the first book. For the prompt, read a genre you don't usually read from. Okay. Let's pick the next prompt. Hopefully it's a better one than the first. Man, that was kind of disappointing. I was hoping for like a fun one. Okay, please give me something easy this time. What does that say? Read a book with the title that starts with the. Okay, I feel like I would have quite a bit of options here. Let me see. Oh my gosh, okay. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've been wanting to read this so badly, and it would be something on my physical TBR, which is really exciting. I recently hauled this from a book haul that I did, I think during my birthday month. Yeah, like which was last month. I bought, yeah. The Ministry of Time, that would also work, and I've been looking forward to reading this one too. The Conditions of Will. We got some really good ones on the physical TBR. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited now. Is this The Nightingale? Yeah, The Nightingale, but I don't think I'm gonna read that one because that's a historical fiction again, and I don't want to pick another historical fiction, which is a genre that I don't typically read a lot of. I want to be like emotionally ready to take in this book because I heard that it's a very emotionally wrenching book. The Orphan Master's Son, that also starts with the, and that's pretty much it from the physical TBR. Let me look at my Kindle TBR just to make sure what we're working with. There's a lot of books that start with the. Ooh, The Vegetarian. I just added that to my Kindle TBR because it was on sale on Amazon. The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I haven't read anything by her either. She's a really well-known like suspense, thriller, mystery novel writer. The Song of Achilles would have worked too, but I already chose that one. The Dead Romantics, The X-Files, The Perfect Couple, all of those work. Okay, so I feel like I should just narrow it down to the books that I actually want to read. So since we have The Song of Achilles, what genre would I probably want to read? I'm kind of leaning between The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and The Ministry of Time. Let me see. Okay, so The Song of Achilles is kind of thick book. It's like over 400 pages. So I'm wondering, okay, this is also over 400 pages. I was trying to see which one is like shorter. And the font is very tiny here on this one. But I do really want to read this because I heard nothing but great things about it. I heard some mixed reviews on this one. My friend Jenna really disliked this book. But it's one of Obama's favorite books. So like, I don't know. Do I believe Obama or do I believe Jenna? This one feels shorter. The font is bigger. There's a lot more spacing. It's I think it's under 350 pages. Let me see. Yeah, it's 335. So this definitely is shorter and I have been wanting to read this. What genre is this? A boy meets girl, the past meets the future, a finger meets a trigger, the beginning meets the end. To be honest with you, I have no idea what this book is about. I just know that it's about like time traveling. Oh man, this one's a tough one. I'm gonna go with The Ministry of Time. I'm really hoping that this does not get me into a reading slump because my friend Jenna, like I said, she thought this book was really, really slow. I'm gonna give it a go, and if I feel like, if I'm like 30% in, and I'm just not grasping it, then I will just soft DNF it and then I'll return back to it when I'm in the mood for it. So, okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with The Ministry of Time. Oh boy, okay, we got 5 minutes left. I have to do this before my front-end development class starts. It starts at 7 and it's literally 6:56 right now. So, okay, let's pick the next prompt really quick. That one, read a book where the title has the same letters as your name. Okay, so I will start with A because my name starts with an A. Wait, what? Hold on. Read a book where the title has the same letters as your name? I don't think I really understand this prompt fully. Okay, let's just start with A. What has an A in it? I see Anxious People on my Kindle TBR. Let's just try to do this. What starts with an A? Okay. Ooh, sort. Hold on, I'm gonna sort it by title A to Z. Okay, here we go. All the books that have A in the front. Oh, A Man Called Ove. That's a good one. Is that short? I need something short, like something. Anxious People. Okay, another Frederick Bachman. Ask for Andrea. That's like a thriller. That sounds kind of short. That's like 272 pages. Ooh, and that got good reviews too. So I have fantasy. Song of Achilles is fantasy, historical fiction, Greek mythology. So what genre do I want next? Oh, I wish I got like a fluffy romance, you know? Okay, I'm going to pick Ask for Andrea because thrillers usually tend to be super quick and attention grabbing, usually won't put me into a reading slump. So I will go with Ask for Andrea, and this book is really, really short. It's like 272 pages. Those are my decisions for now. We will see if I actually go through with them, but for now, this is the plan. Read a genre you don't usually read from, and that's going to be Song of Achilles. Read a book with a title that starts with the, and it's going to be The Ministry of Time. And then last but not least, read a book where the title has the same letters as your name. It's going to be Ask for Andrea on my Kindle. Okay guys, we're in the bedroom now because it is currently about 9:15 and I typically like to try to wind down starting at 9 p.m. every single night, at least on the weekdays. I really like to take my time at night doing my skincare, getting ready for bed, slowing down like mentally. After getting all washed up into my PJs, I love getting into bed and cozying up with a book because sometimes I just don't have the opportunity to read throughout the day, so I have this dedicated time at night so that I can get some reading done if I didn't earlier in the day. That said, I decided that we are going to start reading The Ministry of Time as our first book for May. It was between this and The Song of Achilles, and I just decided that this one fit my mood a little bit better, and I just love the cover of this. Isn't she so pretty? For some reason, this just drew my attention a lot more than the Song of Achilles, so I'm gonna start this and see how it goes. Let's go ahead and wash up, get snuggled up in bed, and then I will go ahead and start the first chapter of the Ministry of Time. Alrighty, now that I'm all cozied up in bed, it is time to start the Ministry of Time. Okay, so funny story. I can honestly read in bed for like the longest time, even if I'm super, super tired. If I start reading in like a really interesting book, I can stay up all night. Like literally, I can stay up until like 2 a.m. reading a book in bed. But for some reason, my husband, Charlie, he cannot stay awake, which is so funny because we've tried multiple times to read in bed together. And if he is horizontal and comfy, there's no way he will fall asleep within 10 seconds. He's laughing in the bathroom because he knows it's true. I always give him so much shit about it because I'm like, oh, I wish that my husband would read more and like we can talk about books and it would be so nice if we can read at the same time. And I always read at nighttime in bed and he's just unable to. He is literally physically unable to stay awake with a book in bed. So there's that. But, you know, he can stay on his phone all night, like, which is so crazy to me. Like, you can look at your phone screen and stay awake, but not read an interesting book. I don't know. I don't understand the man, but it's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna get to reading and see how far I can get in like the next hour or so. Hopefully this is good. Romper really needs to go outside, doesn't he? Let me show you what he's doing. Wait, can you guys see him? I don't think you can see him. And sorry about the mess. Oh, yeah, he definitely needs to go. He was like whining right next to Charlie. I'm gonna go downstairs and I feel like Romper is gonna think that I'm gonna take him out. All right, we're all gonna go downstairs. Anyway, good afternoon, guys. I am heading downstairs because I actually am doing laundry. So let's do that together. I haven't done laundry in like over a week and things are starting to pile up. There we go. I have these oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, sorry about the mess. You guys saw it in the last vlog or 2 vlogs ago. You know, I'm in that era where I'm just like decluttering everything. I still have this mess behind me. I really need to go through them, post some stuff on Poshmark and figure out the rest. Anywho, that's not why we're here right now. We're gonna do laundry. To get back to work and I have a meeting to attend, like literally right now. asked if you're wearing something cute. You wanna, wait, come back. Let's do an outfit of the day. Okay, so Charlie has been on his refining 30s journey too, and he's been purchasing more clothes because this guy never purchases clothing items. What do you have to say for yourself? Nothing.
The shirts fit.
We got him some new shorts, so we have to do a mandatory outfit of the day. So what are you wearing, sir?
A simple black tee from Uniqlo that I probably got like 5 years ago.
Yeah, see, the guy never buys clothing, so he just rides it out until they become rags.
It's not ripped. And then shorts, I think they're called the Aim Short from Viore.
How do they feel?
Great.
Are they really comfy?
They are very comfy.
10 out of 10?
Definitely.
I do really like the color.
Very worth.
Yeah, I think the color is like perfect for summer. My outfit is rather simple as well. We're gonna go to happy hour, by the way. I don't think I disclosed that. This is the outfit that I'm wearing, minus the shoes because all of my shoes are downstairs. But for the top, it's just a very simple square neck tank. I have these pants. I've been wearing these pants so much lately because it's been so hot. It's 85 degrees outside right now. And it's not good. I really hate the DC humidity, Virginia, DC area. We just have like humidity levels like no other. So I like to wear pants that are super flowy, very thin, and these are perfect. I love the color. They have pockets and they're straight leg, which is like my favorite cut of pants. For my purse, I'm wearing this one, which is super cute. I feel like I haven't really switched out my purses lately, so I'm just gonna bring this one with me since it's already here. For my shoes, I'm probably honestly just gonna wear my Chloe sandals, my Woody sandals. Those are always my go-to for the warm weather. They go with literally everything. Let's go ahead and head out. I'm so excited for drinks. It's been a long week at work. Alrighty, Charlie and I are here at the Wren. We've never been here before, but I think they have good sushi, cocktails, and we're like in the mood to try a new restaurant. So we're here now. This is Tyson's, Virginia. It's like at a rooftop place. They have like live music up here and like a bunch of these beer and like drink places. Okay, so we got our drinks.
We did. Yes.
What did you get?
Kaze no Nori.
Okay, and which is this one. And then I got Singing in the Rain because I wanted something like bubbly. I always want something bubbly though, so that's just my taste in cocktails. And it has gin in it. And what else was there? I forgot.
Lychee. I
mean, honestly, it's probably really good. It has lychee in it. So cheers. Oh wow, I really like that. That's dangerous though. You really can't taste the alcohol like at all. Let's see. Ooh, that one's good too. Yeah, I really like that. You can just try mine. You like it?
Yeah, I do.
We ordered food because we are absolutely starving. We actually did make a reservation at a table, but I think we're just gonna stay here because the vibes are good. Alrighty guys, we're back at home and I'm getting real comfy on the couch. Oh man, this is what life is made of. If you hear growling, it's because Romper is playing with his toy right now. Okay, I gotta say, the food at the Wren was not good, unfortunately. I really enjoyed the cocktails, but the food was kind of bleh, which is really disappointing because I was very excited about it. It's been a while since Charlie and I, like just the two of us, have tried a different restaurant than what we typically go for, so I was hoping that it would be a new discovery, but unfortunately, I don't think we will be going back for the food. Regardless, I had a good time. We typically don't really go out for dinner on Thursdays, or just on the weekdays in general, unless it's Friday, but we decided that today we just needed to get out of the house and enjoy some new adventures. Anyway, I am going to continue reading The Ministry of Time. Here we go. And I actually got a start on it yesterday. I'm only about 30 pages in, to be honest with you. Let's see how far I am. Yeah, like 38 pages, but so far I'm enjoying it. I think the premise is really interesting. So basically what's going on right now is there's this woman who recently got a job. Do I even know her name? Oh, Adela. That's her name. I totally forgot. So Adela just recently got a new job and she had to go through a lot of interviews to get this job because it's some like high paying job for, I believe, the UK government. And she's working for this organization called the Ministry of Time. And she basically has to spend every moment of her life, I think, for a specific time period with this guy. His name is Graham Gore, and he is from the past, basically. So the UK government figured out how to time travel and bring people from history to this current timeline, and she is basically hired as one of those people who take care of them or like make sure that they are okay and adjusting to this modern timeline. That's basically what the premise is, but I'm really enjoying it. I am not really at the point where a lot of things are happening because I think it's just laying down the grounds right now. But it's just funny because they're kind of like developing their own little relationship. They have to live together. She is basically explaining to him all of these things that are going on in the world right now. Also, she has to explain to him stuff about his past that he might not know of. Yeah, honestly, the best word that I can use to describe this right now is just interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna continue and try to get maybe like 50 pages in today, or maybe a little bit more so I can get to 100 pages. So let's get to reading. Good morning, my friends. It is a Friday morning at around 6:55 a.m. and let's make some coffee together because I clearly need it. I need coffee every single morning, let's be real. So funny story, we decided to purchase hazelnut milk for the first time. I don't think I've ever actually tried hazelnut milk in my life, but let me show you what it looks like. We got it at Whole Foods. It looks like this. I love the packaging, first of all. I think that definitely drew me to it, partially at least. It says Hazelicious unsweetened hazelnut milk. It's just so cute and it looks like a pretty healthy alternative. It doesn't have a lot of fillers in it. It's non-dairy, barista friendly. It's really creamy. You can use it in coffee, smoothies, cereal, cocoa, all that good stuff. However, I tried it in my coffee and it was disgusting. I could not do it. Oh my gosh. I did not like it. Charlie could get over it, but it has this weird bitter aftertaste that I just can't get over. No matter if you use a sweetener on top of it or not, it just tasted gross to me, at least. So I will not be using this for today's coffee, but Charlie said that he will drink it since he can tolerate it. For myself, I think I'm gonna use just typical oat milk. This one is a new brand that we're trying too. I mean, the packaging, man, I just can't. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, this is the back. So this is the Minor Figures Barista Oat Organic Oat Milk. And this one I really liked too because the ingredients were short and sweet. I could understand everything on it too. So let's use that. I'm going to replace this water and let's start there. God, though, wow, my throat will not cooperate with me today. I'm gonna just turn on the Nespresso so it can heat up the water and then, or heat itself up because it doesn't really heat up the water until you turn it on. I keep my Nespresso pods in the jars up here. So let's grab 2 of them, one for me, one for Charlie. These blue ones are made for specifically iced coffee. These brown ones here, I love these. They're just the double espresso pods, the 2.7 ounces. They're just like super strong. So I'm actually going to use this one for Charlie. This is the Dolce flavor. And then the iced one is called Ice Ligero. Of course, we cannot forget our aesthetic glasses. and some glass straws. I just love using these. They look like little beer cans. I got them from Amazon, I'm sure. Actually, I'm gonna take out the straws for a second so I can put in some ice. I don't fill them up all the way. I just have them like almost to the top. Let's go ahead and pour the milk in. You'll see what I'm saying. You gotta shake these really well, by the way. The hazelnut milk, it just even looks gross. Like it looks like it has like a gray tint to it, which is just so weird to me. Do you see how murky that looks? So I just fill it up to that line, like a little bit more than halfway. And then I'm gonna use this oat milk for myself because I really just can't get over the bitterness in that. Ugh. Alrighty, let's do this. Ooh, I like the color of this. So I used the oat milk before this one, and I really like that one, but it just was not creamy enough. It was very like sheer almost, like the color, it was very see-through. And I feel like this one is a little bit more opaque for sure. For some added sweetness, I'm gonna use agave syrup. This is just like a plain one from Costco. Charlie doesn't really like his coffee too sweet, so I'm just gonna put maybe like that much. Cause this agave is so sweet. You really don't need a lot. And I could always add more if I feel like I need it. Now I'm gonna put the Nespresso pod and then get the coffee in here. So that one is done. Oh, this is the favorite, the most aesthetic part of this whole process is stirring it. I mean, once the coffee is mixed in there, the color is not as off-putting. Like before, I'm not sure if you could tell, but it had this gray tint to it. I'm gonna taste test for him. It's so bitter. I don't know how nut to milk can be so bitter. I don't know, I can't do it. But anyway, this is Charlie's. Now for the regular oat milk coffee. And now it's time to stir. Ooh. Let's try out this oat milk because this is my first time trying it. Ooh, much better. I think this is my new favorite oat milk, you guys. Oh my gosh, I really like this. I think I like it better than milk because it's creamier for sure. I also like it more than the barista, what is it called? Oatly oat milk, the barista version, because that one is really creamy too. But I think I like this one better because I heard the Oatly ones have a lot of fillers in it. I would have to do my own research to verify that claim, but this is actually, the taste of it is a lot cleaner than that, but it's still creamy. Okay, I think I might stick with this one. I don't know. Should we make this into a thing where I just like try a different oat milk every single time? Like I run out, obviously. Whenever I run out, I'll just go get a new one so that I can try out all the new oat milks out there. Let me know if you're interested in that because that would be really cool. Yes, 100% yes. Alrighty, let's go. Oh, my head is cut off. Let me adjust this. Wow, it is so sunny outside. The sun is very bright. Oh, Romp, what are you doing, man? He just like stopped eating and went to the door because he heard the garage open. Anyway, good morning. Let's take our coffee, take a sip. Oh yeah, this oat milk. Guys, you gotta try that out. So good. It is now 7:15. I have 45 minutes to journal because I woke up early intentionally for this. I wanted to journal before I start the work week, and I typically journal at nighttime, but I totally blanked out last night and did not journal. I ended up actually reading more and got to 100 pages of the Ministry of Time, so there's that, but I did not get to do my gratitude journal. And I have this new insert in my journal, which I'm so excited about. It's just a line per day. Basically, you just write a one-liner of what you're thankful for that day. So it's not time consuming at all. It's very quick and easy. So you really have no excuse not to do it. I have all of my journaling products, materials out. Since this is the first time that we're actually doing this together, I'll show you some of the things that I love in my journal. And this insert, it's basically called Daily Gratitude Log. And I will show you a close-up of it. You can see that you have to write the month for this page, and then every single day you write a one-liner about what you're grateful for. And it's numbered 1 through 31 because usually there's 30 to 31 days in a month. We're also going to do my reading journal with all the books that I read in April. So the wrap up needs to go in the journal. I also have some other journaling inserts as well that are for more like monthly affirmations and manifestations, reflections, stuff like that, which I'm not going to be doing today, but I would do it ideally at the end of every month, which I'm gonna start doing starting this month. So at the end of May, we'll get back together again here in the seat, and then we can do that together. Let me bring you guys a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. I wanted to show you a couple of resources that I like to use to help me think of ideas of what to write in my journal, because sometimes I do struggle with that. These things that you see in this journal is all from Cloth and Paper. I love that store so much. And they had these really cute prompt cards, and it gives you daily reflections, weekly reflections, and monthly reflections. And it's really tiny, so you won't be able to see the writing on here, but super aesthetic. I mean, I love this so much. It just makes my heart filled with happiness. For example, for the daily reflections one, there's pride. What is the one thing you accomplished today that you're proud of? So stuff like that. I just like to keep them on the left side here in these card slides. Now, let's go ahead and get started journaling. I'm gonna go to the daily gratitude log and start my first line for last night that I forgot to do. It is not April, it is May. Our journaling session. That's everything that I read in April, and I'm just so glad that I started doing this because it just gives me this sense of calm and peace. It lets me be creative in a way that doesn't stress me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay if my lines aren't straight. It's okay if I choose the wrong colors because it's literally for my eyes and my eyes only, and now your eyes. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that I can really relax with. I feel like a lot of creative projects don't let me do that because of my perfectionism, and something like this really defies that. I don't know how to explain it, but it just gives me so much joy. Like, this was like the best 45 minutes spent, like really. In a world where we have so much pressure to be perfect and just perform at 100%, never make mistakes and don't be a failure and all of that stuff, this is my moment to let myself be free and let me make all the mistakes. Like, it doesn't even matter. It's just a piece of paper, you know? So, I mean, this is like, I've come a long way because before I couldn't even do this without feeling stressed. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I've finally come to a place where I've realized that it's okay to mess up. It's okay to make mistakes. You really don't grow as a person unless you make mistakes and learn from them. And this is like a very, very small stepping stone to that mindset and being okay with it in like real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be able to make mistakes by yourself for you to feel more comfortable making mistakes in other areas so that you can grow. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. I am planning to make this into a reoccurring theme on my channel and make it a series. I just think it's really fulfilling and wholesome for us to be able to do this together. I really hope you guys do enjoy this type of content because I just love creating them, and it would be really nice for us to sit down and have this moment together where we journal at the end of the month to kind of wrap up the month. It feels so nice. Let me know in the comments if you also journal in your day-to-day life, because I would love to know if you partake in this hobby. If you do, how often do you journal? Is it like every single day? Do you do it in the morning? Do you do it at night? Is it every week, or is it at the end of every month? I would love to know. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the vibes here. That would mean so much to me. I think in our next hangout, we're actually going to be talking about all things comfy jewelry, because I think that's really important. I wear the same jewelry 24/7, and I think it's time for me to share all the jewelry pieces that I think it's like super, super worth it, and that it's actually comfortable for you to wear all the time, like in the shower, in the pool, like all of that stuff. It's really low maintenance, and as an aspiring soft girl, low maintenance is key. Subscribe if you want to stick around for more comfy, cozy content on soft productivity and balanced living, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.